for fun fact, guys. Do you know that there is a city called Jujuy in the north of Argentina? And if you go into the normal public parks of the city, you will see a lot of orange trees. Okay, now these trees are very full of oranges, and from a distance you can see a lot of oranges. Very tempting, isn't it? But trust me, I went to one of these trees, I plucked one of the oranges, and I tried to eat it. And oh my god, it is one of the most sour oranges ever in my life. Yeah, and so that's the reason nobody eats them. But if you go on the streets and if you look at these parks, they're full of oranges. Very beautiful. But still nobody eats them. I hope you like the fun fact. Stay tuned. Hello, my beautiful folks. How are you? Welcome to the first session of Spanish, and today we are going to learn alphabets, or which are also called as abecedario in Spanish, the part 1 of it. So folks, why are alphabets important? Well, alphabets are the basic building blocks of any language, right? Whatever you're going to learn is everything around it. But in this session, we will not just see the alphabets, but we'll also see how to pronounce them individually, right? And why do we need to know how to pronounce them individually? Because in your day-to-day life, whenever you want to say something that you're not able to explain what you want to say, so you will need to spell that word by breaking it into multiple alphabets. For example, even your name. If your name is a bit strange to somebody, a Spanish speaker, then you will need to break it into different letters. Yeah? So let us have fun and start it here right now. The first one is A. Also folks, on the left hand side you see the list of letters, and on the right hand side you see the pronunciation help, right? So even though you might see some familiar words in English like be, say, they, but you know, on this column you have the help, which means when you read it you will be able to pronounce the letter individually, and it is just a help. It has nothing to do with the words and their meanings here, right? So let's move on folks. A, B, or B larga, B grande in Latin America. C, D, E, F, K, H. Let's take a pause folks. So H, even though it is pronounced as H, but it is written as H, where H is silent. In the coming sessions we will see in details why it is silent and when it is silent. E, or it is E Latina. There is another E and we'll see what is it. J is Kota. Kota. Remember, it is not Kota, it is Kota. Then K, L, M, N. Now folks, let's take a pause here and let's just try to see if there's a pattern developing here, right? For example, all the letters in Spanish which are of the sound in English as L, M, N, A, so they become L, M, N. Yeah. Also, if we go back to these set of letters, the letters which have sound in English as B, C, D, which is like E, they become B, C, D in English. So this kind of pattern always helps us, try to understand and recognize other letters in the same pattern and remember their pronunciation initially. Let's move on folks. O, P. Now let's go to the part 2 of alphabets. Okay folks, let's continue. The next letter is Q. R, S, T. This one is U. The next is Ube, or B corta. So we had seen that B was called as B larga, and this is B corta. The next one is Ube doble. Let's take a pause here folks. Ube doble means, so ube means we saw it, and doble means double, ube doble. And in Spanish the adjective always follows the noun. So double V, but it is V double, something like that. Let's move on, folks. This is A keys. The X in English is A keys, but even though I've written it as A keys for the help of pronunciation, but when you write it with a Q and U and not with a K. Yeah, and we'll see in detail in coming sessions. The next one is E griega, right? We saw the E Latina, which was I, and so this is E griega. E is E, griega means Greek I. But when you write it as I, which is pronounced as E in Spanish, E griega. The last one, folks, is zeta, which has a sound of s, and not zeta. It is zeta. So that was about the list of alphabets, folks, which are also present in English, exactly the same. However, you have some more different letters or alphabets in Spanish. Some of them may not be officially in the records, but still I have decided to show them to you because you will encounter them in Spanish, and so it's better if you know their pronunciation correctly. So let's see, folks. The first one is ñ, which is a very unique letter in Spanish. In fact, the name itself, Español, of the language has a ñ. Español is not with an N, it's with an ñ. So its sound is ñ. Let's move on, folks. The another strange thing that you will see is that double L. Wherever you find double L in Spanish, the sound is not L. Even though you might think, because one L has a sound L, yes, that is there, but double L has a sound of Y, right? And it is called as, the letter is called as doble L, double L. Similarly, you have double R. Now, double R has a very special pronunciation. What happens is that you have to roll your tongue, and so the sound is something like R. So it's R, and the letter itself is called doble R, right? Then you have this very unique combination of U with I and U with E. U with I has a sound of E, and U with E of English, has a sound of A. And lastly, you have whenever you have C and H together, they have the sound of ch. So folks, I really hope you learned and enjoyed this beautiful first session of Spanish, which is the basic building block of alphabets. And if you wish to continue learning from me, please subscribe to my channel. In coming sessions, you will see even more beautiful, subtle, interesting and important concepts. Till next session, take care, goodbye, ciao ciao.